Niswenga basakan tigon Meghalaya News 24 channel onaram chaksowa. Tali khoborang de. Meghalaya Cabinet Skruber Salo, Adogo Urban Development ko khana, Amendments to Meghalaya Building Bylaws Hajalguni Kogruksa ko nang niki rachakaha. Skorong Minister Konat K Sangmani Yani Gimun Uyatingon, ye amendment ko raba anichi, Adok Sorkari Meghalaya Urban Development Authority ni, Kogruksni mitarna batte building rangko chui rikani ko khomiataha. Ar Kogruksni mitarna batte chui rikna amginchmode, Sorkariyo niko permission rachina nangen ani aganangaha. Wasan agija sangmani aganani gitade, building rikna, sotpunga degree na batte slope ongenchmode, ba asolso la kwang dakenchmode, building rikna permission manjawa ne uyataha. Yerangko Sorkari ni niam thariani ortho de manderang na naljokani ko rabani nonginga.
Most important is number one, wherever possible, we have tried to give more space to people to construct their buildings so that the land and the gap between the boundary wall and this thing is minimized. That's number one. Number two, we have reduced the permissions to MUDA to give buildings above 27 meters permission. If the buildings above 27 meters are there, they have to come to government to take approval. So that has been approved. So earlier it was up to 40 meters. Now it has been reduced up to 27 meters. So MUDA can only give height of buildings above 27 meters will have to come to government. It's not that we are not allowing, but it will be special permission. So MUDA will be only allowed up to 27 meters. Third most important thing which we have said is that any land which is at 50 degrees of slope, no building permission will be given for lands that has 50 degrees in slope and or above. The building permission, buildings cannot be constructed. This is keeping in mind the safety of the building and all this aspect. And 50 meters is quite steep slope, as you can imagine. So that is one thing. And for buildings that are 40 degrees and above, there are certain restrictions that will be put in terms of the height and the space that you can occupy, and so on and so forth. So we are working on creating a much more planned and more safer building constructions, keeping in mind the different situations that are being faced in different parts of the country and the world, and trying to see if these laws can come in so that it can make the buildings safer in the long run.
Meghalaya Cabinet Skruber Salo, Shillong Urban Mobility Policy Hajalgani Kogrukbriko nangniki rachakaha. Khobor tunggaparangna Skorong Minister Konat K Sangmani aganani gitade, Adok Sorkari adokni dengtang-dengtang biaprango, gari donchakani biaprangko, ramar ichakna footpath, karenchi chalaigipa gari basrangko bangdabatken ane aganangaha. Adok Sorkari adokko, minit Kogrukni jilang watna chanchinga, jion manderang mamang niknikija nangani bosturangko matnamgen. Skorong Minister ni aganangkwani gitade, adogo amendment aro policy ge ginikon dera katmanaha. Aro yarangko dakani chi adok, capital investment for urban areas scheme ko dengtang mancha matnamgen. Ye scheme rangna skotong Sorkari, crore hajal chibunga ko nison ka iduninga. Wan lake, adok Sorkari Meghalaya adokna, crore chadok chisku tangkarangko rabana janap matnaha. Aro crore chabunga ko nade nangniki rachakani ko mansoaha ne khoborna aganangaha.
Regarding the approval of the Shillong Urban Mobility Policy 2024 was also cleared. Basically, this again is in line with the Government of India, where to ensure that the overall mobility in Shillong improves, a policy has to be created, and we have cleared that policy today. And this includes aspects of public transportation, creating more walking space, reducing the congestions, and creating parking spaces, so on and so forth. There are many other provisions. So this policy just gives an outline on how we will approach that, and this was cleared today by the cabinet. Particular policies have also been adopted with the intention of also ensuring that we are able to avail the special assistant on capital investment for urban areas. As you're aware, that Government of India has earmarked 15,000 crores as special assistance for capital investment, especially for urban areas. And in that, there are certain guidelines that need to be followed, certain policies need to be created certain homework to be done. So keeping all of those things in mind, all these things have been done, and I'm happy to inform you that out of the 15,000 crores, we have put in a proposal of 619 crores from Meghalaya's point of view, and we have already received approval for close to 500 crores out of this, and we're expecting another 100 crores to come in after these approvals and these amendments are done. So we are expecting that Meghalaya should receive 597 crores. But even if the 100 crores is still pending, we are expected to get 497, almost 500 crores from the Special Assistant on Capital Investment for Urban in this particular financial year. What is more important to note also is that even larger states like Uttar Pradesh and larger states like Assam also are receiving roughly about 500 crores, which is the same as what Meghalaya is expected to receive. So hence, we've been working very hard, and Urban Affairs Department has worked very hard, and as I said, we are able to get some additional funds for the overall development of Shillong and other urban areas.
Meghalaya ni Education Minister Rakam A Sangma, Power Minister A.T. Mondal Baksa, Dadingri Subdivision na getal siyoka matgapa sa kerchasa sotsku gani ski geparang na District Auditorium Turao appointment letter rangko swalangaha. Wasumayo MIDC ni Chairman James P.K. Sangma, Silsila ni MLA Arvin Stone Marak, Education Department ni Secretary Ambrose Marak, West Garo Hills Turani Deputy Commissioner Jagdish Shelani Baksana gepenrangba dongpangaha. Wandaki Education Minister Wasumayo ski geparangko gisak nangi kaketor e kham khachina, Education ni abako nambata gadangonor adona didiangaha. Wasan oai gija was ski geparang na yari imkhanganiyo na namaskanikobo nangaha. International Water Conclave ko Ministry of Water Resources Government of Meghalaya Skrubar Salong ataha. Arwa sumayo skorong Minister Konrad K. Sangma chiko rupungani kamarang na technology ko jakhalani gaman mongsongi aga nangaha. Wandake wa sumayo Srimati Debashri Mukherjee IAS Secretary Ministry of Jal Shakti, Dr. Shakil P. Ahmed Additional Chief Secretary, Dr. Joram Beda IAS Commissioner Secretary Baksana kepenangba bakar angaha. Program ko on batang sumayo skotong Minister Shillong Songjanmani Chirung Dengani Shirpi Arwa Kra Chirungrangni gaman Srimati Debashri Mukherjee na agan thalate nangaha. Aro ya chirungrang ko dengtang mancha nirokna nangani gaman ba jana pangaha. Debashri Mukherjee Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation Ministry of Jal Shakti ni Secretary ni aganani gitade minor aro irrigation census rangko ya bulsioni asongo chibuk tongba biap rangko inagata bachingatengaha ane aganangaha. Wandakewa Meghalaya adoko chimak chibisik rangni bangani gamanba methelangaha. Aro chibisik tongba biap rangko sandion dam sotpunga sku chibisik rangko adoko manaha.
So the minor irrigation census is done once in 2 years, and normally it sort of counts. The government of India leads the census, but we work with all the states to put together data on minor irrigation infrastructure, the state of the infrastructure. Last minor irrigation census, we did the census of water bodies. This was the first census of water bodies. We included the water bodies. This time, the minor irrigation census that is starting this year, we have also decided to map all the springs in the country. You see, springs are critical resources. They feed our rivers. The river health is dependent on springs. Springs are also indicators of the health of the groundwater, in the health of catchments. So, and a lot of our springs are disappearing. So, and therefore, we decided that this time in the minor irrigation census, every spring we will work with states to map every spring in the country. The National Institute of Hydrology is the technical partner for this. And the work will be done by state governments. We've already started training state governments on mapping of springs. However, I have to mention in this context that Meghalaya is a leader in this regard. Meghalaya has done, substantial work on mapping and monitoring of springs. So the first thing is map. Where are the springs? Are they seasonal? Are they perennial? How can you, is the discharge increasing, is the discharge decreasing? How can you improve the health of springs? So that mapping, monitoring, and thereafter work on spring rejuvenation for the springs that are at risk is critical.
Dal ni kuborang di yarangsan, kuborang ni gaman nambate winas kinch mode, Meghalaya News 24.com ni go pore nagata man gen. Sakan tikon ni so hanina metela.